So I want department-wise consolidated salaries, and that for that we'll be using this particular command called rollup. Same as like select department. Guys, mute yourself if you are joining us new. Okay, let's select department, comma department wise salary. So sum of salary from um, is it good now, Madhavi?
No, sir. ఏమది రీస్
I guess it won't be now. Is it good now?
నో సార్
All of you guys have echoing of my sound. Oh, one sec. Let me just pause the recording. Okay, we should be good now. Okay, we'll start off with this. Oh, thanks, Veda. Thanks, Manjunath. Thanks, Naveen. Okay, so what is the roll-up is that, as we discussed, in general, is this going to say or tell us the cumulative results as well. So let's from employee table, go by, we just say roll-up of department as we have it here. I guess the roll-up is full keyword. Oh, sorry, we have department as the name. My pardon. Everybody is clear, or it is just for the Hemant that my voice is echoing? You can unmute yourself and speak out. It's clear. Okay. Hemant, it seems this is the problem with your mobile or your headphones. Try to plug out or use the other one. It will get solved. Okay, no problem. So let's continue with this. We now have a department-wise salary, dev department and staff, and the test department salary, and we have cumulative department salary as well. So here we don't have what it called the name or anything for this particular cell to say that it is the particular like what we say the cell value. So for that, we have two options to go with. One is Collage, the function Collage function, which actually what it actually does is it checks with the parameters passed and whatever the first non-null value, that will be the output for output of this particular Collage function. So let's say I have null and some 12 and then again 34. So this particular Collage function's output, what it will be. So let's test it out. So this will be the 12. So Collage, what it does is it actually gets it only returns the yep. Thanks, Madhavi. I guess you turned on your video. No problem. So this Collage function, what it actually does is it just returns the whatever the first not null value available in past parameters. And we have another function to do this same same function same responsibility of the function, that is called isNull. IsNull is a function that checks for the value. If it is null, it passes the next value. So this is the structure. So as the first passed value is null, it just returned me the second available parameter. Let's say if I have 1 in the first passed parameter, it just returns 1, whatever what it actually does. So it checks whether the first passed parameter is a null value or some non-null value. If it is non-null, that means any of the value of any of the data type being passed, that will be returned. Or if it is passed as null, the second parameter that been passed will be returned. So this is about isNull. So we have here null value. To overcome this, we can use any of these functions. So let's say I'm going to use collage of department, because we have the department name as null. If it is null, we should get all departments, all debts, salary. Let's execute and see what it actually returns. We got the good one. See, dev, staff, and test, and followed by all departments salary. So this is how this rollup works. And we have one more thing here to do a little changes to this particular query. We don't have any column names being specified in it. So that's what we do it here. Collage of this particular column to be written as department. We can use as keyword, or we don't use as keyword. In after the column name, it just takes as alias name. So these are my aliased column names. Let's execute this. See, we have this, and this columns have been renamed. And let's try with isNull function. I'm not very sure whether isNull gonna work with this or not. Let's give it a try. So instead of collage, I check isNull. So if the department is null, then it should pass as all department salary into the query. Yes, it worked, and I'm executing it again. You could notice the difference. So this is about seasonal and coalesce functions that are kind of very important functions in the uh, like regular lives of SQL coding. And what else we are left with? We are left with cube. Cube is that another level or like another dimension from this roll up. So group uh, group by is on one dimension, like one level of grouping, not the dimension. It just goes into the hierarchy. Uh, one first level of grouping, and we have a roll up, which goes beyond group by, and it takes two levels. And we have a cube beyond the roll up. It goes to three levels. So let's try to work it out. So what I want is now, I want the department-wise salaries grouped by department and the city he belonged to. First, let's check what is the data available in this. See, my concern is that now I want the data grouped by departments, and inside that again grouped by the city. So for that, what we'll be getting, let's try that. So second level of grouping I'm about to do here. That goes like select is null or collage. In this case, we can use is null or collage, both of the functions, just because we have only two parameters. That is one department, another one, the hard coded value that we want to show if no other department's name is available. So for that, it's better to go with coalesce because in the real time, we will be dealing with multiple columns at once. So coalesce is the one thing, one particular function that takes multiple parameters and returns first null value. What is the spelling of it? Coalesce. Coalesce of just the same way department, and if the department is the name is not present, and we say the department, and what else do we want? Sum of salaries, and we want city, because it is the one thing that we want, like to present to group our data in a third level from the table employee group by. So till this particular statement, like till this point of statement, so both the statements of rollup and cube will be the same thing. So here the cube keyword will come. So inside that, we should be passing two parameters by which we should be grouping together. So one is department, the other one is city. So this is how we write this. Let's execute. Let's say we have sum of salaries from the dev department, which belong to Anantapur, is of 4,000, and whoever belong to Anantapur city and belong to development dev department, that is of 4,000 only, because we don't have any other cities that is been what it called given um, for that particular employee departments. And we have with the staff department, and it also have only one employee that belong to Bangalore city and no the duplicates. That's why this has come here. And let's say another department, it's a cumulative for this particular thing. And we have department for development and same guy, and we have some null values. So this is about like this particular department is of cumulative sum of all the departments, and this one is of departments based on like one particular city, which is that we have sorry, not the city, whole developments, whole dev departments complete salary 14,090, and this particular thing is of test departments. So this is how the cube function, the cube function actually works. Let's do some gambling to the data and have a better understanding of it. I want to insert an employee with Anantapur city and the same dev department, so that we have two employees from dev department who belong to Anantapur city. Let's say if we can do that, inserting employee. Okay, his ID will be 6 for non-duplication purposes, and his name and his salary would be like let's give it some maximum 7,000, and he's from Anantapur, let's say, and the district also Anantapur, and the state is AP, and we have country India, and we have date of birth, and he is into dev department, and two other things, department ID and uh, what is it, and domain. Let's keep that null for now. Let's execute this. It just says one row is affected, and let's see if we have this sixth row. We have with the same name Sharon. Okay, no need to worry about that. Let me copy, or let me execute with in another. Okay, we now have from the development department. This is the development department, and as well as in here dev department, this last row as well, from the city Anantapur. See now it took into the two level of grouping. One is with the department, so it searched for development department first, which is common, and as well as the city as common. Development department dev, and we have common thing one here, Anantapur city and Anantapur city. Total sum of it 7,000 plus 4,000, which is of 11,000. So that's what we got here with the department and the same city. And we have staff department with the Bangalore city. So we have staff department with Bangalore city. We have only one particular row with that. It doesn't match any others, so it just sums up all this. So I mean, if any present, it just sums up. So for now, it is 5,000 for it, and whole sum of it. And we have same things for this. Are we having any notifications? No, yeah, we're good now. So this is how this particular cube and roll-up functions will actually work. So this is the basic stuff, and what are we left with? Union and union all. So this is the small concept only. We'll complete this in 5 minutes. Let's say, do we have dummy tables? Real quick. Dump 2. We just only have the age. Okay, no problems. I just want to create one table real quick. We'll name it as test. And we'll mention same ID as int and name as var of some 10 and age of int. I want the same table structure for another table, and let's name it as 1. Let's create both the tables now. Okay, it is done. And let's insert some values into test and test1. Insert into test values. Let's say we have ID1, and let's go with some dummy names. A, and let's say his age is 20. We'll maintain the similar ones with just second and third IDs, and with the names A, B, and C. His age is 21, his age is 23, let's say. I want to insert some other values into table 1, sorry, the test tab 1. So it is 1. And I want to change few of this. Let's say 4, 5, and this name is E, this name is F. So I have two tables now with test with name called test and test1, and I'm inserting into these test and test names, so like some random values. Let's see the data. Sorry. It has 1, 2, 3 IDs, and with the names A, B, C, and 20, 21, 23. And let's go with test 1, what it has. It has 4, 5, 3. So what we have in common is the ID 3. Okay, let's do union. Select start from test, union, select start from test 1. Let's execute this and see what actually happens. What does this union did is that it just taken all the results from test table and test1 table. It combined together. But one thing we should be noting here is we don't have any duplicate record here. So, and we'll see for the union all. It's just that let's execute this. What does this table return? So it returns a total of 6 rows. This is the duplicate record. See, 3C23. It's also present in the table 1, 3C23. This is the key difference between union and union all. Both does the same operation, which is of combining the two tables together. Similar kind of tables together. And the thing is, union will return the values without duplicates. It doesn't have any duplicates, but union all will return whatever the data available in the two tables, just combine it and return it. Don't check for any duplicates. That's how union all works. So there is particular one interview question. Which one is faster, whether union all is faster or union is the faster one? So can anyone? Madhvi, Hemant, Manjunath, Anil. Shweta says union all. Naveen says union. Anil says union. If it is union, why is it? If it is union all, why is it? And Kishore also says union. Let me clear it off. Which one is faster and why it is fast? We are running out of time. We are already 7 past 8. Yes, Shweta, right. So union all. In order to get out of the duplicates, we need the data set like fully written and sort that data and remove the duplicate record. So that's how the duplicate record removal works. So it just gets all the data and then sort and then remove the duplicate. That is how union works. So it just takes all the data from test one, test and test one, and then combines it, sorts it using ascending or descending, whichever the application is defined. Usually it is ascending. After sorting, remove the duplicate and then push the data to command control window. So this is how the union works. But on the other hand, union all, this will not take any of sorting or deleting duplicate operations at all. So it just combines and returns it. So that is it with the union all. So union all will be the faster one compared to union. So this is up with this today's session. I guess we have completed all our agenda. Yes, we have completed. And I'll post these videos as soon as I get in there.